Hello everyone, DQ here, and today I have something very special. This is Locksys Codkey MME, or Micro Magnetic Element. It's basically 15-pin high pin count lock from the brand Codkey Locksys, and one of the pins is replaced with magnetic element. Here we have magnet on the key. It's double-sided, so you can put it in either direction. And what I want to talk about first is that in the outside it looks exactly like the base Codkey Locksys, which is this one without the magnetic element, and this, according to me, is added security, because if I were thief or something and I went to pick this lock, I have no idea that there is a magnet inside. So this is a lot of added security, by my opinion. Also, it makes it hard to rake. So these ones, I've seen people rake them. I'm not very good with raking, so I cannot show you, but it's a standard pin, so in theory you can rake this lock open. It's pretty fast actually, but this one you cannot rake. And even if you rake it, the magnet is set up in a way that you don't get any false set, you don't get any indication that there is a magnet inside. And as you can see, the key goes in but can't turn the core because there is no magnet, and also it's a different bitting. And yeah, this lock is never been picked before on video. I have looked, I have searched, I have asked everyone, and nobody has picked this lock on video, so I will be the first to claim this pick and gut of Locksys Codkey micromagnetic element. So yeah, this is the quick introduction. Now let's see the internals of the lock. Okay, so here is the lock gutted. As you can see, we have 3 rows of pins, 5 pins each, and here is the right row, which has the magnetic element. The housing is like any other Locksys Codkey. We have the housing, the cylinder, and the Bible, which is just this slot sleeve which comes on here. There are 4 rows of holes drilled, but one of them is here for this slot, which basically secures the outer sleeve from rotating. And as you can see here, if I screw this here, it's blocked. Oops. So yeah, nothing too special about the core and Bible. We have no modifications. We have this small ledge, which is basically to keep the key pins from falling into the keyway. We have drill protection, of course, for every pin chamber, and that's about it. Now, the main stack pins, they are all standard, as I showed you. The key pins have this ledge which keeps them from falling inside of the keyway. Drivers are all T-pins, but the T-pin part doesn't come into play. It's just standard, which has the spring attached to the narrow part, the more narrow part. And here's the most interesting part about this lock. This is the magnetic element, which basically is steel pin sprung outwards of the core, and it has a driver, of course, without a spring. And here is the magnet on the key. It's on the 3rd slot on the right. And how this works is, you have this sleeve here, you have this tiny spring, you have this steel pin, and at rest it's just like that. It's sprung outwards of the core, blocking the rotation. When you insert your key, guess what happens? It's subtracted and you can rotate the core. When I remove the key, it's sprung outwards again. Almost was the spring there, need to be really careful. because they're very delicate springs. Here is this part which basically makes the manufacturing easier, because they basically use the same core, the same body for every wok, but for this one they just add this special part. And yeah, generally that's it. For picking, the most important thing is to find a small magnet, and for me at least, the only way that I managed to do it is to put the magnet before I apply any tension. Put the magnet. It's not easy because you have this wording, it goes all the way, and the magnet gets attracted to the other pins, because not the pins but your tools, I mean, and you need to place it exactly on slot 3 and keep it there. After you place it, apply tension. I use these two pry bars just taped together, and I stuck them inside like this. Applied a lot of tension, heavy tension, and with this fork, you can use any fork, just flat fork. I picked left and right row. Then with this Jimmy hook, deep round hook, I picked the top row. And if you still have no open and everything feels jiggly, you go to the magnet and just start moving it left and right on the same spot on the chamber 3, and you might hear a little click. After you hear the click, you just go back to the other pins. They do have a small taper effect, but if you apply a lot of tension, it's negated almost entirely. And yeah, just check for binders like any other wok and pick what's binding. And yeah, basically that's it for the guts of this wok. Now let's try to pick it. Okay, Codkey Locksys micromagnetic element is in the vise. I will start by putting a magnet on slot 3 on the right. Okay, I think the magnet is in place. Now apply clockwise tension. Okay, it is picked. Now let's take out the magnet. Here it is. I will show it is fully picked, and now I will lock it back up. Now let's get this lock. This took me quite a while because at first I was attempting to put the magnet after everything is set, but it seems that it's not working that way. So finally I decided to leave the magnet from the beginning. Now by removing those screws, the lock should come apart. I picked this one, the small, and to remove the C-clip I will secure it once again. Those are all the parts from the other side. So to remove this C-clip I need to use some heavy duty pliers because that's one of the hardest C-clips to remove. Okay, now I will use the key, rotate it slightly, maybe use a shim as well. And get my forward. One key pin fell. Okay, so I will remove this side first, the right side. We'll put it here. This is the right side, this will be the left side. And the middle row. Now the magnetic element, which is here, when I remove the key, it gets sprung outwards, as you can see. has a special chamber. All right. You can see that the pins are tiny. Here we have pin for the interactive, I believe. Yeah, for the magnetic one. So middle row. Left row. Right row. Middle row. Left row. And last middle row. Okay, this is the lock gutted. We have standard drivers on every single pin chamber. We have standard key pins, and here is the magnetic element. Okay, now I will show you housing. Here is the housing. Basically, this is where the upper part is held, and those are the chambers basically for the pins. And these sleeves keep them from over rotating, and basically when this screw is here you cannot turn the sleeve. And yeah, I think that's it. This is the Locksys Codkey micromagnetic element picked and gutted. Hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day and bye bye.